or it is already a huge loss for the entire Muslim Ummah and for us in media circles. We join on the line this morning to talk about this giant. We're joined by Zaakir Mayet, who is the former chairperson of the Media Review Network. Zaakir, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes,
Thank you for having me on the show.
And as much as we're feeling the sadness, as much as we're feeling the pain, and I'm sure Zaakir for you as well, because you're still a young person, but someone who has actually grown with the Media Review Network, with your association, looking up to people like Marhum Ibrahim Vawda, looking up to people like Iqbal Jasat, and where you are at this point in time. So personally for you, as much as it is for us as well, a lot of sadness today.
Indeed, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. To Allah do we belong and to Him do we return. It is a very difficult thing to process when you lose someone who can be considered even a father, an uncle, a mentor, a friend, and a companion, someone that we learned from. Uncle Ibrahim Vawda was not just a key pillar within the Media Review Network, he was the heart of Media Review Network. So every aspect of Kashmir or relating to the Indo-Pak area or it's in Africa, that was Uncle Ibrahim's passion. And his valiant fight against Zionism has always been on the forefront. He's been on the forefront of every battle against the Zionists and their oppression against the people of Palestine. The situation in Palestine has always been close to Uncle Ibrahim's heart, and he used his skills consistently for people that were oppressed and whose voices were taken away from them or intentionally ignored. So it is indeed a very great loss for the Media Review Network and also to the family, because I think in any organization, you become more than just work colleagues. You truly are family. Uncle Ibrahim, he was quite ill with COVID-19. Unfortunately, the entire family had contracted COVID. And within last week, we got news that Uncle Ibrahim had gone onto a ventilator and had been suffering from multiple organ failure. So indeed, we had some inclination of the end result because the medical aspects were not promising. However, it does not lessen the pain, nor does it make it easier to accept that we have lost a great giant and a great oak tree that held the organization together in our hearts, in our spirits. Everything has now fallen apart, and it is very difficult to cope with the loss. But all loss comes from Allah. We accept Allah's decree, and we make shukr that Uncle Ibrahim got a Jum'ah. And we know that the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is that those who are afflicted by plague, those who are afflicted by chest conditions, chest infections, and you succumb to those individuals are considered as shuhada. So when you fight, and I'm sure Uncle Inayat feels the same on this, is that when you fight for truth and justice, you seek paradise in the form of martyrdom wherever you can go.
Subhanallah.
And that is,
yes.
That is what you strive for. Say that, Ya Rab, take me as a martyr, take me as a shaheed. And the true fighter is one who is sad when he does not attain. So we make shukr to Allah and we believe in the promise of Allah. Indeed, Allah's word is haqq, and we believe in that. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive Uncle Ibrahim for any shortcomings, but to accept him as part of the shuhada, inshallah.
Ameen. Jazakallah, Zaakir. I know these few minutes we will not be doing justice to the life of Marhum Ibrahim Vawda. And inshallah, it's Salam Media. We are obviously planning a full show on a tribute with many, many people whom he has associated with. So we've got also got Muhammad Desai, who is on hold right now. And I'd just like to bring Muhammad Desai in. Muhammad, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah so much for including us in this tribute to Uncle Ibrahim.
Yes, Jazakallah. And as I mentioned to Zaakir, these few minutes obviously is not going to do justice, because this was a giant of a man. A man, sometimes, if one tries to put it in a nutshell, I've never seen dedication from somebody in a very, very long time who spent his entire life and his untiring efforts towards causes of justice right across the entire world, Mohammed.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you can hear it in the voice of Zaakir, and you can hear it in the voice of a fellow Imar in colleagues and comrades that you work with, the kind of pain that they are also experiencing. I think that he was such a person that he was dedicated to his work. He was very meticulous with his work, always friendly to those that he encountered. But I think at the end of the day, he was also a friend to so many. He was also so kind and generous of spirit. And one of the lessons I think from COVID is that for many of us, we must celebrate people whilst they are alive, and we must tell people and remind people that they are loved and that they are cared and that they are appreciated. And I think that Uncle Ibrahim was one such person that many of us felt such an affinity to. No matter which organization we came from, Uncle Ibrahim was able to engage with the various organizations. For example, working on the Palestinian solidarity movement, he was able to ensure that there was a connection between the different groups because he had such a personality. And this is the personality that we at Africa for Palestine will miss. And we really send our condolences and our sincere sadness we express to the family of Uncle Ibrahim Vawda, and for thanking them actually to allow him to have spent so many hours and so many days in activism. We also send our condolences, of course, to the colleagues at Imar, and we know that Brother Zaakir, Uncle Iqbal, Uncle Feroz, and various others will ensure that the legacy of Uncle Ibrahim Vawda does continue in the embodiment of the Imar.
Well, shukran, jazakallah for that, Mohammed, and for coming on this morning as well. And we wish you well, and we wish you safety as well, inshallah. Good health. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, Zaakir, you're still on the line? Okay, I think Zaakir obviously has got off the line, and we are going to, obviously we're waiting on Surya Dadu, because apparently she is sending a message through as well. Now, these are people that have been, associated with Marhum Ibrahim Vawda for a very, very long time. And as Zaakir mentioned, they looked upon him as a mentor. They looked upon him as a fatherly figure. And for many, many young people, he touched their lives, and in more ways than one. And it was his passion. This was his passion for justice and in the fight against oppression. And I think Zaakir obviously summed it up. Zaakir, you still with us?
Indeed, dear Uncle Inayat.
Zaakir, you actually summed it up very, very well in terms of, Alhamdulillah, he's been blessed with a Friday, the status of a Shaheed. But, for young people, and for yourself, especially in terms of your personal growth, and you grew to the extent where you became the chairperson of the Media Review Network. What did it mean for you personally in terms of your growth?
I think my brother Muhammad Desai has captured it correctly. I said that, Uncle Ibrahim was a friendly individual. He always had this embracing demeanor. He would always embrace you. You could sit and talk to him. You could debate an issue with him and have a logical answer derived from those debates. So Uncle Ibrahim would sit with us and he would describe situations to us. He would give us history and context. And as young people, I think that is what we lack the most, is that insight into issues that have passed that continue to repeat themselves. And he would be that and that guiding hand to prevent us from making the same errors or providing guidance as to how to deal with something. Well, the one thing that Uncle Ibrahim has always done for us, he has always kept our eye on the ball. In any meeting or any debate, he would always remind us of the true issues that were at hand. It's very easy to get waylaid in meetings, but he would always ensure that we remain on track. The fact that Uncle Ibrahim was a headmaster, both of Swane Muslim School and Apex Academy in Auckland Park, that access to young people, numerous people passed through his hands and were nurtured by him. That nature can only exist because of Uncle Ibrahim's demeanor and the manner in which he handled young people. So indeed, he's a headmaster, and because of those qualities, he was a headmaster, and he continued to mentor us as young people, myself, Dr. Aisha Soni, and many others who have come into the organization. He has been our touchstone, the person that we went to. And today we feel this incredible loss, but we also have hope in the mercy of Allah and the promise of Allah. That is the only thing that we can rely on. Who has asked from Allah and has not been delivered?
Well, we certainly
Who has gone to his door and has been turned down? So we we have hope in the mercy of Allah for ease both for ourselves and the Vawda family.
Yes, Zaakir. In fact, I see we've got a voice note that's come through from Soraya Dadu, and we're going to play out that voice note right now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I was fortunate to have worked with Ibrahim Vawda for over a decade when I was at Media Review Network. Mr. Vawda, as I liked to call him, was passionate about education, empowerment, social upliftment, and social justice issues. He was particularly passionate about the issues of Palestine and Kashmir in particular, and wrote and spoke about this on various platforms. May Ibrahim Vawda be abundantly rewarded in the hereafter for all his efforts at fighting inequality and oppression, and may the Almighty grant his family, loved ones, and his friends and colleagues in the wider solidarity movement much strength and patience to endure this loss. Over the last few days especially, COVID-19 has claimed the lives of many activists, and our greatest tribute to them is to continue their fight for justice.
Yes, that was a voice note that came through from Soraya Dadu. Zaakir, once again, as I said, our condolences obviously go and our sympathies go to the family of Ibrahim Vawda and also to all his close friends, to his colleagues. And right now, all they need from us are du'as, and whatever good we can do, because we know that Ibrahim Vawda today is in a much better place. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded him with this beautiful day of Jum'ah, the status of Shaheed during the time of pandemic. And inshallah, his legacy will still continue. It's up to us who are left behind to obviously take the reins and to continue with the work that Marhum Ibrahim Vawda rahimahumullah did. But Zaakir, once again, Jazakallah for your time. Allah Ta'ala keep you safe as well, keep you healthy as well, to your family, to your friends, and to all of us, inshallah. Jazakallah for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Right, that was Zaakir Mayet who joined us this morning in paying tribute to Marhum Ibrahim Vawda. We come back, we're going to be talking with the Hamadi Clinical Laboratories, and they have been stopped from testing COVID-19 due to a row over accreditation. And we'll be joined by the company director, Dr. Patrick Hamadi.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
As winter grips the Northern Hemisphere, refugees, IDPs, and other vulnerable communities are doing all they can to survive. Winter is already the hardest time of year, and in the current global context, this year could be even worse. With your help, the Al Imdad Foundation is delivering life-saving winter warmth items in 12 countries globally, including Syria, Palestine, Yemen, Kashmir, and Pakistan. So be warm-hearted and sponsor a winter pack at just 600 Rand. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Kiki's, the taste with a kick. Our revamped exclusive restaurant and takeaway now opened. Kiki strives to serve you and your family with a wide variety of delicious meals. Enjoy our famous chicken, sheesh, burgers, pasta, pizza, and many more weekly in-store specials. We offer Friday buffet and Bripet with a difference. We cater for corporate functions, valimas, and events. Purja facilities provided. Our exciting competition gourmet menu and new menu to be released at our launch. Visit Kiki's at 235 Matthews Mayue Road, Old Stemford Hill Road, Durban. Call 031 209 0119. Kiki's, the taste with a kick.
Dad, well, I've been chatting with an investment broker today and...
Broker? Did the broker tell you that our economy is a mess? There's bushfires in Australia, America wanted World War III, and now the coronavirus is traveling around the world.
Well, I also thought about purchasing some crypto.
Crypto? What's that, like another pyramid scheme? I don't trust what I can't see.
There's an apartment in Belito.
So all your family will be asking to stay there for free. And what if the government takes it away, eh?
Dad, I don't think it works like that.
I'll tell you what works. Gold. At your age, I invested in gold coins and it paid for your university fees and your wedding. No contracts, no agreements. Your investment is in your hands and you own it. With a 70% growth in only 5 years, do you still doubt gold investment? Contact RJ Coin today, 031 202 4701, or visit them at 151 Stephen Lamini Road in Musgrave, Durban. Randery Jewelers Gold Coin Exchange, your passport to gold investment.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
The time is just gone 9:37 a.m. and we're going across now to be joined by Dr. Patrick Hamadi, Director of Hamadi Clinical Laboratories, where the lab has been told to stop testing for COVID-19, and this is due to a row over accreditation. Dr. Hamadi, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Right, Dr. Hamadi, just looking at where you are at this point in time as Hamadi Clinical Laboratories as far as testing for COVID-19 goes. Now, I'm just looking at information that has been passed on to me in terms of saying that, obviously your lab did not submit an application or met minimum requirements sent to all laboratories intending to conduct diagnostic testing for SARS-CoV-2.
Correct. That's correct information. However, let's just go back a little bit. Hamadi Clinical Pathology has been conducting SARS-CoV-2 PCR, since last year, March. Okay. COVID, when it started, the DOH never have any regulation. Okay. So remember, us as medical laboratory, we're following under HPSA regulation, which is a good lab practice. So meaning that we have to follow that conduct in everything we are doing. So that conduct stipulates that if you have to implement a new method, there's a process to follow. Okay? In any other test, whether it's COVID, whether it's HIV, so on. So what we've done, we've followed that good lab practice, acquire new equipment, which are top of the range of equipment when it comes to COVID testing. Okay, we'll get to it. So we acquire new equipment, we implement our new method, we validate it, and we verify it. Okay, that's a normal process. Okay, DOH does not regulate that process. Okay. So then later on, we've been testing. I mean, we help the government itself, the backlog. We help everybody. Okay, no issue. Last year, apparently in December, okay, DOH now they've made a team, okay, to regulate all laboratories intending or testing already SARS-CoV-2. Because there are so many labs